So this is showing up on the SIE a lot more. 2 or 3 questions, maybe somebody I know said they got 4. It's not a new thing. They've always asked this, but it's going to be there. So regulatory element CE, continuing education. So it used to be continuing education sponsored by FINRA, regulatory element. Firm element is sponsored by the firm, regulatory is sponsored by FINRA. So it used to be you have to do it on your 2nd anniversary, and then every 3 years after that, you had to go down to the center. You had 4 months to do it. They made it easier, harder and easier. They made it once a year. You have to do it every year now, but you have a whole year to do it. So you have until December 31st to finish your continuing education, okay? It's not hard. You can't fail it. You can run out of time, but you can't fail it. How do you sign up? Well, first of all, you go to your FinPro account. You better have one now. If you don't, sign up and make sure you have it. Fill out the information. That's where all your information is going to be, and that'll be good, okay? So you go on there, you hit the CE. It'll tell you all the modules you need to do, when you have to do them, and as you do them, it'll check off saying that you've done them, and that once that's done, you don't need to tell your firm. It's automatically in there. That's regulatory element, okay? Regulatory element is once a year. You have to do it every year, and if you don't finish it by December 31st, you're now CE inactive. You're not suspended. You're CE inactive, which means until you complete it, you can't act as a registered rep. Yes, can you still sit at the office and do clerical stuff? Yes, you can still get paid clerical pay, but you can't get commissions or act as a registered capacity or get paid on that registered stuff until you're done being CE inactive. You can't even touch your customers until you finish the regulatory element. That's stuff that can be tested, absolutely. Now, and again, you just go online and do it. There's no excuse not to do this. You can't fail it. The only thing you do is run out of time, and then you got to do it again. Because here's what happens. Say you do a scenario with, very, very culturally diverse group of staff members. You do that, you fail, say you miss it, you don't answer the 80% or whatever you have to get. They'll just go, hey, let's try a new scenario. That's when you know you screwed it up. They have certain modules for certain exams, and the more exams you have, the more modules you have. So I have 12 exams. I had to take a shit of them. I did it last year. It was so hard. I got a couple months to do it. So again, if I don't finish it by December 31st, I'm now CE inactive and it can't work. If I go 2 years without being registered as CE inactive, then you have to retake all your tests, which sucks, okay? You can't do the MQP program, any of that stuff. Now, that's regulatory element. Firm element is sponsored by the firm. So what happens? Your firm will go through all its issues and all its needs and wants and all that crap and anything they're worried about, and they will create a program through an outside vendor or through FINRA. FINRA has vendors, and they come up with little modules. Same thing as a regulatory, except for it's done by your firm, and you have to finish it. They usually will, like, you'll probably get these every couple months at your firm. Like every 3 months, you have to finish these, and then you can move on. They always have to have an AML in there and stuff like that. That's annual also. So bottom line, makes it easier. All continuing education, I call it CE, has to be annual, okay? And that's the thing. So if you do the MQP program, say you leave your job, and you used to be you had to get reassociated within 2 years. Now it's extended to 5 years. If you sign up for the MQP program and take your continuing education every year when you pay for it. Also, you will have to do, now a lot of states are adopting this IARCE, which is Investment Advisor Rep CE. Not every state's done it, but a lot. But within about 2-3 years, it will. I'll do a better video on that. But what's cool is that you can use some of the credits from your regulatory element to meet your IARCE, okay? Not all of it. There's like 6 credits ethics and 6 credits at mouse. I don't remember what it is. I'll have a better video on that. That's the IARCE, which I'll do at some point. But also, since we're on a rambling note, the states have started doing, NASA started doing the EVET program, which is like MQP, where you get to extend the validity of your, it's called the Extended Validity Exam Program. I think that's what it's called, EVEP. And that's, not every state does it, some do. So this way you can keep your license beyond the 2 years if you're out of work. So again, rounding back to this, FINRA regulatory element CE is annual. You can do it online. You go through your FinPro account. You have to do it every year or you're CE inactive. Firm element is sponsored by your firm, and it's tailored to what your firm does. But the regulatory element is tailored to what your licenses are. This one is specific to what your firm does or doesn't do, and you have to do it every year also. So am I rambling stuff? I hope you got a little bit smarter and know that it's going to be on the exam. The big thing is probably how often it has to be done and what happens if you don't do it. Go, baby.